Was it the right decision or the wrong decision to...
It was completely the right decision. There was nothing that fracking was going to do for getting gas prices down.
Why
wasn't
not?
going to do anything for energy security. Wasn't going to help us in any way. And it was also going to wreck a lot of countryside around the places where the gas is. So, yeah, it was a very good decision.
Well, you say a good decision. Why, if we've seen in America, their gas prices are a fraction of what ours are, they're pretty much self-sufficient in gas. Why would it not bring down, I mean, if we had the right people doing the work and we did the right deals for it, why would it not bring down our gas cut prices and indeed also make our gas supply more secure and reliable?
Well, for two reasons. One, because the geology under the United Kingdom is different from the geology under the United States. And so there isn't the kind of quantities of gas or the easy access to the gas that there is in the United States. And secondly, because gas is sold on a global market and the price is set globally. So even if we produce gas, it would still sell at the same price as it sells into global market.
But hold on a minute. No, we can do deals in terms of the price that we can have, windfall taxes on the stuff that's produced here. We can also adjust the price. Say, look, the first X amount you produce has to be sold to us at a certain percentage below the world price. There's lots of rinky-dink ways of managing that.
Well, you might be able to do those deals in a model, Julia, but you can't actually do them in the real world. They're not the kind of deals that any company would want to do anyway. Why would you produce the gas if you can't then sell it to us if you can sell it somewhere else for a higher price?
Because they wouldn't be able to produce the gas otherwise, and they still make a profit. I've got no problem with these companies making profits. They take big risks. But why don't we want Cuadrilla to see? Well, sometimes we're told, oh, it won't make any difference. Some we're told there isn't enough shale gas. If private companies are willing to use their own money to try and actually explore, it's just to me that it might be worthwhile doing it.
Well, the fact that some companies want to do something stupid doesn't make it a good idea.
Why is it stupid? It wasn't stupid in America. Why is it stupid here?
Well, I've already explained that to you, Julia, because the geology in America... Well, I'm sorry, I have. I've just told you the geology in America is totally different than the geology here. If you bothered to read the science that came out on the geology of it, you'd find that we have a fractured geology, and that's not what they have in the US. So there aren't the big volumes of gas to be exploited.
Well, we don't know. We don't know for sure, do we? That's the reality.
Well, frankly, Julie, we don't know anything for sure, ever. So what's your point?
Well, we should be having that exploration to find. Why not have a situation where local people get an extra benefit, cut price energy costs, or paid sums of money off their, or council tax free, or whatever it is, and extra schools built, whatever it is, in return for putting up with the bother. Because look, it's largely in Lancashire. It's not really anywhere else. I understand it's nearer people's homes than where it's taking place in America. But why not allow local people to have the choice?
Well, largely because local people in this country don't want the choice, and they've made that very clear. The government got itself into a total mess on our energy policy when it said it was perfectly prepared to override, stop onshore wind power, which is the cheapest form of energy we could possibly have right
reliable.
Now. Because of a local opposition, but it was completely comfortable with overriding local opposition to fracking for gas. You can't have it both ways.
There's local opposition because there's a load of lies told about earthquakes and risk, but also local opposition because local people aren't getting a specific benefit from it. If they were being offered a specific benefit, and again, we pay a little bit more, but in return for them getting that extra, a payoff effectively for putting up with the trucks and the noise of the exploration. I mean, why not give people the choice? If you're so sure people won't want it, let them have the choice.
Well, Julie, you don't know that people want it. Anyway, there aren't people. There are differences inside communities everywhere. So which people would decide they want to pay the price? I don't know,
local votes, democracy.
What's your policy here? Your policy is we bribe people, the public, to do what they don't want to do.
We recompense.
I think that's a silly idea.
We recompense people to have the downside of us having secure and reliable energy supplies, and in return for which we all as a nation benefit.
Local opposition is exactly because people don't want to pay that price. So why are you against that?
No, but that's the whole point. But they're not being given the option of being paid. I think a lot of people would say, oh, what, 10 grand off me my energy bills over the next 10 years? I'll take that, thank you very much. Well, middle class people might not like it, but there'll be plenty of other people who, frankly, would rather have the money and worry about a bit of noise from a truck.
Frankly, given the government we've got and the kind of things it's going to do, I'd be perfectly happy to have lots more local choice and a lot less of things being decided by people and elites in Parliament who don't know very much.
Well, you're picking and choosing here, aren't you? Can I ask you, just finally, can I ask you about the demonstrations we've had? The Just Stop Oil demonstrations and Insulate Britain, Extinction Rebellion, you name it. Everybody is gluing themselves to the road, putting on a high-vis jacket and throwing stuff over wonderful master artworks. Do you approve of those tactics?
Actually, I understand why those young people are doing that, because, frankly, people of my age and your age are letting them down very badly on climate change. So I have a lot of sympathy for what they're doing. Do I think on its own it will change things? Not very much, but it certainly keeps people aware of the fact that what we're doing is really not dealing with a problem that will destroy the lives of young people very
what's going to destroy the lives of young people is they can't rely on having cheap, reliable and affordable energy supplies.
Well, I agree with you about that. But the way to get that is not to do stupid thing like fracking. It's to actually invest in insulating the worst, most heat-leaking houses in Europe, which will actually get our bills down as well as
it will get our bills down, but it won't provide any more energy, for goodness sake. Well, you say you have sympathy and you say you understand. We talk incessantly about this subject, whether or not there's anyone doing a demo that week or not. We've got, in my view, insane and immoral and unworkable net zero by 2050 policies. We're going to see the end of everything but electric cars being sold in this country as new cars by 2030. I mean, I would say the government's already going far too far and attempting to go far too fast on this. What more do these people want?
Well, I know you'd say it, Julia, but the fact of the matter is 70% of the fossil fuels we burn ends up as waste heat. So if what you're really trying to do is grow the economy and improve its productivity, insulate our houses, improve the efficiency with which you use energy, you will actually increase productivity and get some growth. That sounds to me like a sensible policy. Just doing more, pouring water into a bath which you haven't put the plug in, sounds to me like a stupid policy for providing exactly the kind of security you want.